Now, without wasting time, let us update the edited user whenever we click the update button. And then finally, we are going to redirect the user back to the home page with a success message. Okay, so that is what we are going to achieve in this particular video. Right now, there is this update user button which is not functioning yet. Okay, and we can see it now. When we click the user number 2, for example, if we want to edit the user number 2, and then we click on them like that, okay, find out that the user informations are being fetched like that. They are being fetched, but you cannot update this particular user. That is what we are going to make happen in this video. Whenever we edit and then we submit, and then we go back to the all the contacts, we will find out that the user has been edited. So let us do that. So we are going to create a method that we can call a function that we can call it update user. So function, it is an async function. So we can say update user. Okay. And then of course we are going to handle the errors. Okay. So in case we get the error, we are going to handle it on the catch. So it is going to be console.log the error. So error.response. Okay, we can leave it at that. So inside the try is where we're going to define the response, which is going to be await, then access client dot put method, because we are updating. So dot put method, and of course we have to grab the ID of the user and submit with it. Okay, so that it may update on the right table row. Okay. So inside the put method, we are going to use a backtick. Okay, and then /API then /details. Okay, now the ID. Okay, and then together with it, we are going to submit the edited information from the from these user details. So this user details has been attached to the user input field. So whenever the user updates it, it will automatically update here, and then we are going to submit it to this URL. Okay, so user details dot value is going to be submitted with it. Okay, and saved to the database. Sorry, not here. Sorry for that, not there. We're going to clear that, and it is here, right here, because we are going to submit. So user details dot value. Okay, like that. So we can just try and console.log the information. We see if it is a success. .log the response.data at the moment. and see what happens whenever we update the user. Okay, so we are going to call this function inside the form. Our form starts here, so we can clear this method post. Now we can at submits dot prevent, and then we're going to call our method inside it and save it like that. Okay, yeah, and try to make sure your button has the type submit. Okay, so that when we click on it, it does the job. So let's go and try to edit user number 1. We can say, instead of we can use uppercase and see if it will affect user 1 instead of lowercase. On the name, then try to click, let me inspect first the console. Okay, let me try to click update and see. Yeah, you can see there is a response with a success message. Sorry for that. There is a success message that says user updated successfully, and then it has returned the data like that. Okay, now whenever we go back to the contacts, we will find out that, yeah, our user number 1 is now uppercase. User 1 is uppercase. That is a success. So number 2, whenever we edit this user, we want them to be redirected to the home page automatically. Okay, we want them to be redirected with the success message right on the top here. Okay, now we are going to define a success message. We are going to create a new variable. We can create it on the top here. We can say const success message needs to be a camel case, so success message like that is going to be equal to a boolean value, and then that is going to be false at the moment. Okay, that is going to be false, and we are going to assign it the success message. So we can copy this one and then come below here and assign it to dot value, which is false. We're going to assign it the message, so it's going to be response dot data, and then let's inspect and see dot data. Let's update. So dot data, then message. Okay, dot data dot message. So you can go direct dot message. We're not going inside data dot data. We're going to just data dot message. Okay, dot message. Okay, and for us to be sure, we can just console it here dot message and see if it is okay. It is right. Let me clear this and then try to update. Yeah, you can see user updated successfully. That's the message that we need. Now we are going to display it on the top of the page. We're going to display it below the update user. So paste the update user just below here. We are going to copy the one from the home, from the create page. This one, we're going to copy it, and then we're going to place it over here. Okay, yeah, and make sure you use the if. So if is true, it will display this paragraph. So let us try that and see. Yeah, now the user is being this user message, success message is being displayed on the top here, but we want it to be just for a few moments, then it disappears. Okay, so we are going below on the top, on the bottom here. After we have assigned the success message, we are going to set the timeout for us to be pushed to a different page. Okay, so let's do that. So we are going to use a set timeout JavaScript method timeout. Okay, and then inside it we are going to define an arrow function like that, and then we're going to give it 2 seconds, that is 2000, like that. All right, and then what we're just going to do here is simple. We are going to push, after 2 seconds, we are going to push back to the home page. So router this router file dot push to one of the defined routes. Okay, so it is going to be just from the router JS, we want to go to this path, which is the home. Okay, so just a forward slash like that, and then you can save on that. Let's try and see. Now let me refresh. Let's say now we can go back to the contacts. Let us edit user number 2. Okay, so we're going to click on edit, then make these caps as well, user 2, like that. Then let's update, click on update, user updated successfully, then perfect. We are being redirected to the home page, and you can see the user information has now been edited. Okay, yeah, so that's it for this video. For the next video, we are going now to implement and make this delete button work. Okay, that will be our last video. So we are going to make this delete button. Whenever we click this delete button, it needs to delete and this specific user, and refreshes the page automatically. Okay, so stay tuned.